Dressed like a bat. I dig it. Hey everybody, we're Movie Herd. I'm Chan.
And I'm Kyle, and today we're going to talk about... I forgot the name of the movie. Oh my gosh.
Justice League.
How embarrassing. Justice League.
Yes. Just came out this past weekend. I actually just watched it again, just barely. So I'm glad I did, because I feel like I liked it better this time around. When I first saw it, I had this huge expectation and just this gung-ho attitude, and then we went and saw it, and it was great, and it felt a little short to me at first, and part of it was I had the knowledge of knowing that it was like 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes originally, and then the studios just cut it down like 2 weeks ago to 2 hours, just to fit it in more with, more screen time so they can make more money, and it fell short. Part of it was so entertaining for me that it felt like an hour.
Chan and I went and saw it at the same time. We went and saw it the opening night. Actually, I guess it's the night before opening night. Or I guess it's I don't know how you say it.
The
premiere night.
Yeah.
We saw it at 6 p.m. It was really, really fun. There was a lot of excited people. They had people from Salt Lake Comic Con. In the moment, it was good. By the time it was done, I felt like there was something missing. And you told me that there's about 45 minutes or whatever missing, and I was like, wow, you can actually tell that there's missing parts of it. And as I've been thinking about it since we watched it, each time I think about it, I almost like it less and less and less, because I don't care about any of the characters. Not a single one, except for maybe Wonder Woman. But to be honest, Wonder Woman doesn't play as big of a part in this that I was kind of hoping she would. Like, she's not the same Wonder Woman that we saw in Wonder Woman. I had
a kind of a little bit similar feelings with it when I first saw it, but I just saw it again tonight, and it was better. Like, I was able to, because it was all processed from before. I'm just happy to see a woman with powers on a team. Like, yes, we have Avengers and Scarlett Johansson's great, but she has no powers. It was great to have a woman on the team. I was thinking that watching it this time around. Wow, this is so great that this woman's like stronger than most of the guys on the team. The only one she's not stronger than is Superman. And that's just great. Like, you definitely have to see it a couple times, I'd say. I don't know if Kyle's, I don't know if your opinion will change if you see it again.
Well, when we first saw it, I was telling you in the theaters before the mid-credit or after-credit scenes, that I feel like this would be a movie that would be better the second time, because you know what happens. Yeah. And sometimes movies are better because you know what happens. Yeah. You don't have to sit and anticipate. You just sit and watch and enjoy. I'm actually kind of hoping that what they do is they come out with an extended edition, because I feel like I'd enjoy an extended edition of this a lot more than the theatrical edition.
Warner Bros., please release an extended version of Justice League when it comes out, because I know it's going to be a whole lot better. There's another fun thing about this film is when Josh Whedon came in. He filmed about 20% of this film. He picked up the slack from Zach's, not the slack, that sounds bad. He picked up the film where Zach left off, because Zach had a tragedy in his family. His daughter committed suicide. So Josh Whedon from the Avengers films came in to pick up where Zach left off. And when he came around, he didn't. The Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL were gonna score it again, like they did with Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel, but instead he opted for Danny Elfman to come score this film. And you can tell this is one of the best superhero scores in a long while, probably since he did Spider-Man. And he also brought in the original Batman theme from Michael Keaton's day. It was so cool. And then he also brought John Williams' Superman theme in some parts with Superman. And I was like, yes! He didn't make up Wonder Woman's theme, of course, but he added in his own Danny Elfman style to the theme, which was cool.
I noticed that.
Like a more orchestra.
I almost liked it better.
Yeah, there's a more traditional score for Wonder Woman. And then there were some parts that was very Doc Ock sounding, so because he scored Spider-Man 2, and there's dun 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 dun, and especially when the Batwalker is walking, it reminded me. Oh, this reminds me of Doc Ock climbing on the buildings when it was climbing up.
I actually also enjoyed the CGI in this. Was kind of weird, because in the moments,
really good.
it was really good, but you could actually tell that there were certain parts of of Ben Affleck's Batman, where he couldn't himself in the suit do certain motions, and so they obviously had to CGI it. The funny thing is usually you can tell when something's CGI because of the texture of it changes or something like that. That wasn't the case in this one. The only reason you could tell that there was CGI is because the movement seemed a little bit more fluid than what you know he would be able to do in the suit. But there weren't too many moments that were like that, which I mean, they kept it grounded, which is interesting. Rotten Tomatoes only gave this about a 40%, which I think is a little harsh. I didn't enjoy it like incredibly thoroughly for those reasons which I said, which is the story. Like I didn't really care about the characters, but I don't think it deserved like a 40%. I feel like it deserved, I'd say probably closer to 60. I wouldn't probably go much higher at this point of me seeing it. If I see it again, I might want to score it a little higher, depending.
Yeah, I'd give it a 78.
Okay.
Especially seeing it again. The audience score for it was 85, which seemed more accurate.
It's a little high, but yeah, they usually do go like that sometimes, though.
Yeah, like I feel like the Rotten Tomatoes like really picks on the DCU. So we're wondering from, our question for you today is, do you think the Rotten Tomatoes picks on DCU? Do you think that score was fair for the Justice League film?
Yes. No, I don't think it's fair, but let us know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys in the next one. If it's the opening night, if it's like the premiere, or even if it's like really just barely came out, if you're with an audience who's also very excited, no matter how good or how bad the movie is, I feel like you're not going to be able to perceive the movie as you normally would if there wasn't a giant audience that's super excited about the movie. Because that hype, sometimes I feel like can make the movie seem better than it is.